Trace Sport, brought to you by Nokia Asha smartphones. Do it freestyle.
My name is Dyllon James Davidson. I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm 26 years old and I've been doing free running for a little over 4 years now. I got into free running, initially I saw the documentary Jump London from here in South Africa. My dad called me to the TV and he said, check this out, this looks like something you could do. And from the moment I saw it, I knew that's what I wanted to get into, but it was fresh and I didn't know that there was anyone doing it in the country. So I figured, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I was still in high school back then, and yeah, so that's where it started. That's where I first heard about it. The funny thing is I'd been doing similar activities with my friends here right across the world, you know, trying to get over a wall without using your feet on top of the wall, or, you know, just keep touching your foot as high as you can on another wall, and taking as many steps across the wall. Basic playtime stuff. So I saw it on Jump London, found out it was a real sport from there on in, and then I went and sourced about a year after I watched the documentary. I found guys to train with, and yeah, that was it. That was the start. For me, free running is a state of mind held while moving through your environments and expressing yourself. For me, free running is really just about moving freely from point A to point B, not necessarily as quickly as possible, like the definition of parkour would be, but as beautifully as possible. I like the fact that, you know, everyone has their own definition for free running, and I like that, you know, I read Sebastian Foucault's Facebook statuses, and he's the founder of free running, and he's always saying, you know, everyone has their own definition for it, and his free running might not be the same as anyone else's free running. And it gives it a really broad sense. It makes it really applicable to a large amount of people, and everyone can sort of take what they want from it. When I'm not free running, I like to practice disciplines and art forms that complement my free running. So for example, I do tricking as well, breakdancing, parkour I practice also, and when I say parkour, I mean moving from point A to point B as though your life is depending on it. So it's more of a life skill. I practice it as a life skill rather than a form of dance or a form of expression, as I do with free running. Anything that requires movement with my body, so like any type of martial arts, I'll jump from one form to the next and, you know, practice each one as much as possible. So, Concrete Foundation is a free running academy in South Africa. We are based here at this park and also in another gymnasium. And we train in various places across the city as well. On weekends we jam. So yeah, that's basically what we are. Our goal is to promote and spread the parkour word out there, the free running word out there. We want to teach and educate as many teenagers, children and adults as possible who want to learn. We take pride in the fact that we are the best place to come and learn these art forms from. We don't just teach parkour, we also teach the free running aspects, the tricking aspects, and we try not define our methodology at all. We just want to be as free as possible. Currently we're teaching it, we do workshops at various schools, universities, holiday clubs. We have 4 sessions running every week, and it's really good. We have many students that are coming back and forward, adults, teenagers, females, males, right up to their 40s. So it's really fun. So Concrete Foundation Crew is basically a group of free runners and parkour athletes that want to spread the word and pass on good quality information and good quality knowledge and advice to other would-be athletes. The top 5 things that have changed my life or inspired me in the most ways, I think the first one on that list would be a person, Jackie Kwantaiho, who's a free runner from South Africa. He taught me, he was the guy I contacted when I first started, and so you could say that I learned all my stuff from him. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'd say the guys that I learned with. I went overseas and I've performed with them several times. We do shows on a monthly basis. Those guys have become my family, and so they take the second spot. They really have inspired me and motivated me throughout the last 4 years of my life. Definitely, we've been through a lot together. Facebook has been a great contributing factor towards parkour free running, the development. Not just Facebook, I guess YouTube as well. Both of those platforms, or both of those social media platforms, have really helped develop free running. Number 4, Concrete Foundation definitely has inspired me so much. The last thing that keeps me inspired and motivated, I think, is an internal love for movements, which I've been born with. I've always had. It's an unseen inspiration. I don't really know what it is. It lives inside of me and it sort of has a mind of its own. Sometimes I'm really scared and I don't want to do something and I end up doing it anyway. That part of me, keeps pushing me and keeps me on my toes and just keeps me progressing. So it stops me from getting comfortable. And I guess that's a very good thing. It's good for inspiration and growth. So yeah, with regards to injuries are terrible things. They're few and far between most of the time, and a lot of the time, which is good. But every now and again, you do make a mistake, you do slip, and you get injured. My worst one was definitely my concussion, and I didn't even really and none of my injuries I actually sustained while doing anything dangerous or any move that I thought was dangerous in parkour. It was all simple, silly things. But yeah, I ended up getting a concussion in a similar way. I wasn't really even training, and I smashed the back of my head onto the floor and woke up in hospital the next day and lost my sense of smell for almost a year. So that was quite terrible. When I get injured, I don't stop training. I try and see it as a positive. So if my wrist is sore, I'll focus on my legs and I'll focus on my tricking and I'll focus on anything that I can do with just my lower body. And I use that injury as an opportunity to focus my attention on another area and really make that strong. I'd like to see South Africa where kids do parkour and you know, free run from school all the way up to high school and into university. I'd like to see on university campuses outdoor training facilities in parks like this one, you know, parkour parks, because for me it's a fundamental skill and it's a birthright and it's playtime. We don't do anything that no other human has done. Every human has played on a jungle gym as a child, and every child has used their imagination to pretend that the floor is made of lava and then jumped from, you know, one point to the next. Everyone has done it, and we all know what it's like to do it as well, because we all remember how fun it was to play. The problem is we forget to play as we grow older, and it's because of life pressures, and you know, you've got things to do, you've got money to make, you've got bills to pay, and so we forget about playtime, or we substitute our playtime with slightly less functional activities and beneficial activities. So I'd like to see people, or a culture, start to, you know, rise where people spend their weekends in the parks playing and just moving and swinging like monkeys from bar to bar, jumping on boxes, jumping off, dancing, flipping, tricking, playing, and I like to see, I would like to contribute to that development in South Africa. I would like to help build those parks and help get instructors helping out at those parks and just getting people to you know, reconnect. I think in South Africa we always find things to unite over, and this could just be another thing to really, you know, get together and have a good time through.
Play Sport, brought to you by Nokia Asha smartphones. Do it freestyle.